that she planted. The video is damning. I mean, it's like, and by the way, I think I just said a moment ago that might be, she gets a lot of heat for having terrible ideas. That was cute. That was fun. That keeps it loose on set. Like, I'm going to sneak a little kiss on him. He's not even expecting it while I hand him the phone. And, imagine Baldoni. He's not going to be like, oh, my God, that was not in the script. My wife is going to be so mad. I told there were only 3 kisses today, and now there's 4. And she's going to be so mad. Like,
because that's how it happens on the set. When you are playing lovers, you don't orchestrate. Everybody that's like, oh, well, he nibbled on her lip or he kissed her neck. It's like when you're orchestrating this type of scene between 2 people that are playing lovers, you have this understanding. That's why I kind of loved when Gwyneth Paltrow came out a couple months ago, and she was just like, what are intimacy like, what is this? Like, are we not adults that are grown, that know that we're playing lovers in this scene that are going to be intimate together? Like, it's one thing if it's like, a full-on sex scene versus just an intimate scene. Like, you kind of know the basics of what the scene is going to entail, and in this case they were playing 2 love interests that, to me, it's just so outlandish that she's just taken aback by the fact that there was we're making out and he slipped his tongue too far down my throat, or like, it's just so crazy how she's really trying to stretch this. But it goes back to my original theory that I don't think she ever thought her case would go this far. I think she thought, I'm going to write the CRD complaint, I'm going to leak it to the New York Times, and that's going to be enough to bury him, because he's never going to be able to fight back. And if he does, especially in a post-Me Too world, I don't think men have been able to really fight off the allegations. The public has just overwhelmingly sided with the victims. And in this case, I think that she thought that her CRD complaint and the New York Times publishing it was going to be enough to seal that narrative.
Yeah, and she really picked a lofty target, because she picked a guy that's a self-professed feminist. She picked a guy that like does TED Talks, like saying, be better, guys. We can be better men. And he stands, it's like, You're not only going after, the man on the set, but a guy that literally would be the biggest fraud on the planet if he was proven to be, everything that he says he's not, right?
Well, I think because she thought that would be the bigger bombshell, right? Like this fake feminist that's coming out here and then preying on women behind the scenes. But I'm like, great. If that were the story, if that were the headline, we would have a flood of women. Remember when Harvey Weinstein first went down? A flood of women came out.